Hello guys, and this is the next tutorial. And we are still in the scene design. This video is part 2. We can still change some things in our previous edited scene. You may remember we started like this. In the 2D typography tutorial we added the typo. In the scene design tutorial part 1 I showed you how to change the background of a mask. I even showed you a possible way to use a transition. In this video I'm showing you how to simply animate things in the background and add some more stuff. You see this end result is already have been finished with CC, but I plan to make another tutorial to show you how to finish off your edits. But let's begin. Okay, this is our previous scene. And now we can animate the background. So we have our first keyframes here. This is the frame we started with designing. And the only thing we have to do now is we go a little bit back and do new keyframes. After this we go forward and do the same. I think I went too far. I lower the effect a little bit. Okay, let's have a look. From the effect animation it's not too much. That's fine, I guess. But yeah, still have to move this keyframe. So we have one full animation here. Here we also don't need to animate every single keyframe. We can just animate the whole scene, that's fine. So what we want to do now is we still can animate the background, but in 3D. So we move it with the character, so it has a deeper and more realistic look. First we need to have a look on the original scene. And we must figure out if we have to zoom out or zoom in which direction we have to rotate it. But yeah, I will change the layer to 3D first of all. And add the first keyframes. Because we didn't move it yet, we still have the keyframes for our marked frame. So we're just gonna move it to this mark. As we see here, it's still looking the same. And now we can figure out in which direction we're gonna rotate it. So the most important thing is his face is bigger at the beginning. So we make our background bigger as well. It's also rotated to the left corner a little bit. So I rotate it too. Taking it at the front a little bit. Here we check it one more time. You see he is becoming smaller. It's a zoom out. I will finish the animation and add the end keyframes. This could be good. I'm not very sure, but we should watch it with the mask. It's too much zoom, I think. So I go back to the background composition and lower the zoom. That's much better now. Now it's looking like this. I think I'm gonna mask it. So we have better results. I can show you the whole thing and how it can really look like. Now I mask the whole scene. I'm so done, but the results are good, I guess. As we see, that's without the background, and with the transition it looks like this. Now we can add some more stuff in this scene. I'm trying to imagine some things in it. Like the first sable layer we made. With the CC lens effect, it made a bubble, maybe this one in the background. I think it could look very nice, I'm not sure. But let's try it, I guess. I will open the background composition, so I can edit the background. I will duplicate the sable layer. And I will reset the effects. But I have to disable turbulent displacement. And we have back our bubble. It's looking pretty nice. Especially behind this character. I like it very much. You'll see the bubble is animated as well because we duplicated the earlier saber layer which we animated already, so it has the keyframes from it. If we want to make it look more realistic, we have to animate this bubble as well, just again, so it is not as static as it is looking like now. You will see it here at this composition without the character. Oh, by the way, I realized one thing. It's very sharp, so I have to blur the edges here. I'm just gonna add blur to it and play with the settings a little bit. So going back to the background animation, you see it's very static. I can disable the transition just to show you, but I will fix this later. First we can still add some more thing into it. I have some rendered animations. I can add these and play around with it. I can't imagine this to fit into the scene, so I take another one. This is bad too. Delete it. Maybe this one. I'm not sure yet. We change the layer style to add. Now it's looking more transparent, but it's still not animated with the background. Because of this, I make a 3D layer of it, and I will just bind it with the other layer, which I already animated. So it takes the animation keyframes from the other layer. I still want to move the animation, so I remove the binding again. I put it in place now. And then I will bind it again. I don't think it's very nice, but we can still change the color. We change the blue to some other color. I'm playing around with the colors a little bit. I hit the right color. This is looking good. We can take this layer at the front between the character and the typo. After all, I don't like it. I will take another one. This animation is cool, I guess. I can add it into the background and at the top of the bubble like this. I will rebind it with the background composition so it has the movement again. I will change the color now. Maybe something more different, some green, maybe, yeah, this is looking good. Change the layer style to add. Yeah, it's looking cool, but maybe I will make it bigger. Let's see. This is too big. Now I like it. But as you can see, it's sharp as well. So you can add a blur here too, just to make it fit more into the scene. Like this. Playing around with the effect. So until you like it. This is our frame now. So now I can activate the background transition, putting it on the top again. Now it is looking like this. And when we activate the original background again, so it is not a black color, then it's looking like this. When we go back to the background composition, we can continue animating it. As you remember, it's very static. So first of all, I look which layer is the right one with the bubble. And then I create a new null object because I want to add new animation keyframes. I change the center of the null object and then I put it in the middle. Make it as a 3D layer as well because all the animation keyframes are on 3D layers. Then I can animate all the keyframes I need to make it look good. We still have to bind the bubble with the null object. After this we can animate it, we can change the position of it how we want, and it still has his own keyframes. I don't know how to animate it like this, so because of that I go back to the background composition. I lower the capacity of the background, so I will have both the old background and the new background visible, so I can adjust and animate the new background and I see both. But yeah, starting animating the bubble, I will just place it to another position, rotate it a little bit so I have a rotation animation, and very important, I scale it as well. So either I zoom in or I zoom out. So that's very important to make some deeper look. Then it's not looking that static. But yeah, what I'm doing here is very blind. I'm not looking into the other composition. I'm just doing it like this. And after I can watch the results. If I don't like it, I will change the zoom and everything else. But yeah. Okay, I will change the capacity to 100% again. And then I can see the results. Not looking bad, to be honest. I like it. It kind of looks like the bubble is moving to the right, but it's fine. I like it. It's not bad in my opinion. Well, I think at this point I want to add some color correction, just to look how the final scene could look like. Adding some preset and maybe changing it, I don't know. First let's see. Yes, looking good. I keep it. And we can still add some shakes, but some noisy shake, just like Twitch. If you want to make it right, you make a new composition out of everything and add Twitch on this one, but I'm lazy. I will play with the settings right here, so just that I like it. I don't want too heavy shakes. I just want small shakes. This is cool. I like it like this. This is the result now. And now I have some idea about adding some clones, some duplicates of this mask. Just jumping up from the down. I will add them quickly, taking all the mask layers and make a new composition out of it. So I have a composition just for the mask. Duplicate the mask composition. Now I take the right layer and move it in the background on another place. Important here, I'm starting to design the scene. After this I make the animation again, very important. So I make sure that every time it is looking good. After it looks good, I can animate it for sure. To make a more realistic and deeper look, again I will add some blur. Adjusting the position a little bit. I will move this mask on the top so it looks better in my opinion. It should be okay. Let's see how it is looking like. Then we can think about an animation. Yeah, it's looking good. So at the beginning, the head of one of these masks is just interrupting and it's not very nice. But I will animate this frame anyway, so I will add all the keyframes for all the mask layers. Move a little bit back and make the first keyframe for the jump. Then I will go forward again and make a keyframe where it's a little bit upper, because I don't want them to jump high and just stop like a picture. I will select all the keyframes, move it at the end. Now I select the main keyframes where they start stopping and where they become slow. I open the graph editor and make a single click on this icon. Moving back to the composition preview, and now we have a nice animation. This is the animation without the old background. And I forgot to record the end results with the background transition, but yeah, you just can imagine it. I'm so done. Thank you for watching, you guys.